Welcome to another episode of Ship War, my review of The Sessions.
Shipper War. When ship happens, I'm there.
Now, I'm going to be completely honest and say the main reason why I went to go see this movie is because of Helen Hunt. And that's because I haven't seen that woman in anything in so long. I think the last film I saw her in was the film Bobby, which wasn't really that great. I honestly can't remember her in anything else. It's like she just disappeared. And now she's back, and she's back in this movie, The Sessions, and I felt like if she's doing this movie and she's coming out of that hiatus that she's in, is because she believes in this script. She believes what this film is about. So I gave it a chance, and I'm glad I did because I ended up really enjoying this film. Now, this movie is based off of an actual true story about a man named Mark O'Brien who is stricken with polio as a child. He basically has no control over his muscles besides the muscles in his neck and in his face. So the story goes that this man is a journalist. He goes to school. He does everything. Even though he has this unfortunate disability, he still becomes something. And he becomes a journalist. He's a writer. And he's given this assignment to write a article about people who are disabled and basically their sex lives. And he goes on and he ends up doing research. And with this research, he ends up deciding that he wants to lose his virginity because he's in his 30s, he's never been with a woman, and he's very religious too. He's a very Catholic man, so he believes in that sex should happen after you get married. It shouldn't happen before marriage. So it's one of the main reasons why he's still a virgin, but then he realizes that he's never ever gonna actually get a woman with the condition he's in. He believes that because the one woman that he was in love with, who he asked to marry him, basically rejected him. So he's like, might as well just, get this sex therapist person and, help me out with this situation that I have. The sex therapist ends up being Helen Hunt. And I have to say, I wasn't expecting to see Helen Hunt in the way I saw her in this film. And that's pretty much that you see her completely nude in this movie. And when I mean nude, I don't mean like you see just the buttocks or just the boobies. No, you see everything. As in everything, I mean you also see the Virginia. So, with that said, I wasn't expecting that. I was taken off guard by it. I've never imagined to see Helen Hunt this way ever. It's just really bizarre because Helen Hunt is a very wholesome type of person. At least that's not the way I see her. So seeing her completely nude was just bizarre for me. I overall enjoyed the movie. The only aspect of the movie I did not enjoy was how it ended. Now, I know this film is based on a true story. They have to follow the actual telling of this man's life. But I feel like in a cinematic way, the ending was just didn't do it for me. I left the theater feeling really empty afterwards after watching the film, which is completely unfortunate because everything prior to the ending was just absolutely great. It was a funny movie. It was very emotional. You just rooted for this guy, and then the way it ends, it just ends in a way that you just don't feel very satisfied with the film. At least I personally did not feel very satisfied with the film, which again is unfortunate because I was really enjoying the movie as it progressed until it got to this point towards the end, and I just felt like it fell flat, and I just ended up feeling, again, empty. So, as for the romance in this movie, there's several little romances in this movie. The main one that I really enjoyed was the one between Helen Hunt and John Hux, who plays Mark O'Brien. I really enjoyed their interaction. I really enjoyed the story they were telling between them. I definitely recommend this movie to anybody who just wants to see Helen Hunt in something. Gosh darn it, she's been gone for so long. So if you are missing Helen Hunt, go watch this movie. But overall, yeah, just go see this movie. If you're curious, you want to enjoy a good feel movie in a sense, this is one of them to a certain extent. I guess I can say that. But yeah, if you're curious, go check this movie out. I overall enjoyed it. My only real big issue with it was how it ended. yeah, that's pretty much it. So that is all for this episode of Ship of War. Goodbye, and until next time. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. So it's finally officially over. The Twilight Saga is over. At least the movies. I don't know about the books or anything like that. For now, anyways. And I'm so happy. Not because I dislike the franchise. I actually enjoy the franchise. It's because I am so tired of people crying over this movie. And I'm not talking about those who like it. I'm talking about those who dislike this franchise. And I'm so happy that soon it's going to be over. I don't longer have to see Facebook statuses about people complaining